So this is Tom. I'm here just to, again, thank you people who put this event together and got us together under the auspices of friendship and love and enjoyment. There were so many wonderful, wonderful, touching moments of people with other friends from the past and the current time. Again, thank you very much, Patty and the crew.
Well, we are all still reveling in all the fun we had at the Jubilee. But like any big event like that, there's always so many people to thank. And it would have never happened without all the people's contributions. So I wanted to just take a minute with Tom and to show you the backstory, how this all came about. On October 2020, we got together and I called Washington Teixeira. He's from Brazil but now living in Hawaii, in charge of Bodyboarding US. And I said, could you help me maybe put together an event this year for Tom? And Washington said unequivocally yes, right on the spot. So he was my first pick for leading the charge. And then I called Steve Jackson in New Jersey and said, you've done a lot of announcing at events and traveled worldwide. Could you come in and help us? And he said, absolutely, unequivocally, I'm in. And we wanted a family member as part of the voting board. So we brought in MOREY, who brought everybody together, let's say, for the MOREY team. And there was the Global Boogie Board group formed in October 2020. Our first set of business was to come up with the mission statement, so we decided that enjoy was one thing that was Tom Morey's favorite word, enjoy a Morey Boogie, and also that we were going to create a fund to make all the profits go to Tom. And so there we started our meetings. Marcelo Pedro came in for many, many hours and days to help us out with Alexandre from Brazil, and some of the components of that iconic 50-year logo were put together with their help, and also from Craig Libuse, who said, go ahead and take whatever you want from the original Morey Boogie logo. Hey, who didn't learn how to do a Zoom meeting during COVID? Well, that's where we were every Tuesday night at 5 o'clock Pacific time, discussing all the components to this Jubilee and how we were going to create a fund for Tom. And as time went on, in this picture here, you can see in the back there, Joey Gibbs, he helped us with the website, amazing graphics and putting logos in. And Kevin Opie, they're the first one on the left, he helped with the food catering for the Jubilee, and I hope you got a chance to taste Opie's Smokehouse. I asked the guys, what can we do for you for all this time that you volunteered this year? And no one said anything except for Matt Kitchen said, I always wanted to get one of those checks from the pipeline and hold it over my head. So his wish was granted that day at the Golden Jubilee. It was so much fun watching him get excited. If you were at the event or saw any of the pictures, you can see that it was a really great setting. Father Doran there allowed us to use his courtyard and the parish hall for historical displays and the microphones and a place for Opie to have his smoker and panel discussions. It was just a perfect setting for a Boogie Expo, and we have a huge debt of gratitude for Father Doran. He even had his graphic artist do this beautiful poster for us to display as we were promoting the Golden Jubilee. And now let's take a moment just to thank all of the sponsors and the people that have come in this year in the Boogie community to support our efforts. Tom wants me to tell all of you, thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm telling you, there's so many people to thank. Colleen Farrell of Little Caesars brought those pizzas down to us at the Legacy Tap Room. Thank you so much. And Scott Evans, 20 dozen Krispy Kremes were brought in on Saturday morning. Thank you, Scott. Those were amazing. Did you get one of those little white boogie boards that Custom X donated to put signatures on? Thank you for those. Those were a great gift for the event. And who did not hear the man of the hour, Manny Vargas? Thank you so much, Manny, for coming in and doing a great job of announcing. Like I said many times, this whole event was strictly volunteers, and all the proceeds were going to Tom. So we have a lot of people to thank on this list were key people that were really vital in putting this whole event together. Now in part 3, Tom's going to come in and tell us a little bit about the highlights of the day, highlights of the year so far, and not only just all the people that volunteered and helped out and pitched in and paid for all of this, but you, some of the participants. Without you being there and just spreading the love, the boog love, it would not have been the event it was. And so we want to thank you. I want to thank you. Tom wants to thank you. And let's go on to part 3 and see all some of the excitement and the highlights.